Hi, this is Samantha, and today I'm going to show you how to use a custom chatbot that was created for teachers in Horry County Schools. You will need a link to add this chatbot to MagicSchool, so if you need the link, please just let us know and we'll be happy to share it with you. So this chatbot will help you take your student data from map testing, and it will group the students for you based on Kagan guidelines for grouping. So once you have installed the tool into your MagicSchool, you're just going to search Kagan, and the Kagan grouping feature will come up. So I'm going to click on that, and it's already going to tell you the instructions for the chatbot. So the chatbot is your instructional coach, whether you're an elementary, middle, or high school teacher. And the chatbot is going to help teachers group their students according to Kagan grouping guidelines. So we've asked the chatbot to familiarize itself with the attached document that shows how Kagan suggests grouping students, and then use student data to group students in either heterogeneous, homogeneous, or random groups according to the Kagan guidelines. And you'll put the student data in, and I'll show you how to do that. We want the response to be formatted in both a list without the student data attached to it so that you can copy it and throw it up on your board if you need to, and a list of groups with student data included so that you can take a look at it and make sure that you agree with the grouping. Data should include the classification of each student as either high, mid-high, mid-low, and low according to Kagan guidelines in the attached document. It's also going to take into account any additional notes that you're going to provide regarding students who should or should not be placed in the same group. What we'll need to do is go ahead and add the knowledge piece of this, and that is going to be your map data. When you download your class data from NWEA Map Growth, this is what it might look like. This is all fake data. These are fake names. I haven't included last names or anything like that. We will need to redact some of the information before we put it into MagicSchool because we only want to use one piece of personally identifiable student information. So we're going to get rid of a lot of the information that would be on a typical report from NWEA Map Growth. So I'm going to delete the student ID and the student last name. I don't need any of the information about the school, about how long they tested, when they tested. I'm not even going to keep the RIT score. You could if you wanted to, but I'm going to delete all of this because I want to use Lexile. And then I'm also going to delete this other information. If you were working just say on literary text, you could use the literary text data and use that to group students. So it's totally up to you, but right now we're going to group by Lexile. So Kagan also likes to balance groups by gender, so I'm going to include a column that says gender, and I'm just going to give each student a gender. We also want to provide some additional notes. And in those additional notes, we're going to say if there's maybe a student who should never be grouped together. So maybe Katie should never be grouped with Leah for whatever reason. So we're going to do the same thing over here with Leah, and we're going to say Leah should never be grouped with Katie. All right, and then we're going to need to save this as a PDF, because we can't upload a CSV file into MagicSchool. So I'm going to call this redacted sample data so that I don't accidentally upload the unredacted data, and I'm going to save as a PDF. Back in MagicSchool, I'm going to add my redacted data file. And I'm going to click Generate. Now it's going to ask me how I would like to group students, whether heterogeneously, homogeneously, or in random teams. And so I'm going to tell it that please group students heterogeneously. I would prefer for teams to consist of 4 students. And I'll click Send Message. Then it's going to identify students as high, mid-high, low, or mid-low. It's going to give me groups of students along with how they're identified and their Lexile level. It's going to tell me that Katie and Leah have been placed in separate teams. Teams 4 and 7 only have 3 members due to having 24 students total, and each team maintains heterogeneous ability levels as much as possible. If I want some teams to contain maybe 5 members instead of bringing it down to 3, because I know that's what Kagan suggests, I can tell it to regroup so that some groups have 5 students instead of 3. Groups should either be 4 or 5 students. And I'll send that message. And now it's going to regroup based on that. Again, it's going to give me, first of all, a clean group list so that if I want to share this without revealing any student data, like who is high, who is mid-high, I can do that. It's going to give me the groups with the student data included, and then it's going to give me the notes. So it's going to tell me how they're configured. It's going to tell me that it kept Katie and Leah separately, and it's going to tell me that Team 5 has 2 high achievers due to distribution constraints. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more Dear Dis content.